I just asked you what's up, huh? Bro, somebody shut me up. Bro, are you listening to what I'm saying, bro? Somebody hit my crib up, bro. You're sitting in front of my crib, bro.
Hit his crib up. Yo.
What is wrong with him?
Show your face. Show your face, please. With sugar on top.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, please make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. We're able to be a little more explicit, a little more uncensored, and share content freely without running the risk of having our channel terminated. So, once again, make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers, so if you like this video, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. Now let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, as I told y'all before in the last video, I wouldn't be surprised if there's footage that captured the last moment of Phat G's, as it looks like that's exactly what's circulating on social media. These days, there's surveillance literally everywhere, capturing everything from store surveillance to ring cameras. You could almost guarantee that this situation was caught on camera. And indeed, it was. Now, we can't post the actual video of the shooting due to YouTube and their guidelines, but if you want the audio and video, we left a link pinned in the comments so you guys can check it out there. But I advise you, it is a little cringy. As some of you may know by now, Derek Gant, aka Phat G's, a rapper from the north side of Philly, was shot and killed in his own hometown. What makes it even worse is that it was during Ramadan, right in front of his family residence on Sunday, March 17th, 2024 at approximately 10:10 p.m. Now, we haven't had much details released to the public about the situation. Police haven't released any suspects or description of the vehicle used during the attack. All we were told was that Phat G's was attacked while he was outside of his house. Now, once again, once everything transpired, we all had a couple of questions pertaining to the situation. Why was Phat G's outside in the first place? Was it perfect timing for the suspects? Was it a setup? Was it a targeted hit from the beginning? What's really going on? But today, due to a video that was released on social media of the actual ring camera footage, it will show Phat G's actually talking to the suspects, and it will also explain how everything took place. We will learn also some new details, including the fact that in the video, Phat G's mentioned that his house was targeted a week before the incident, stating that people shot his residence house up before. This is leading many to believe that it may have been a hit the whole time on Phat G's life, being that his house was already shot up and then he was shot and killed a week later. Watching the video is very unfortunate because judging from the video, it clearly shows that these guys knew what they were there to do, as G's came outside and they shot him over 13 times. Clearly, someone wanted to make sure the job was done. Now, I'm gonna play a short clip for y'all to listen to, and if you want to see the rest, like I said, head on down to Instagram. Until then, check this out. Now, I stopped it right there before the suspects would start firing, but once you watch the whole video, you get to realize that there's a lot more to the story than we were told. Now, here's what I gathered from it. There was a car that was sitting outside a residence of Phat G's family with the lights turned off, and they've been sitting there for a long time. Phat G's and his family will notice the car that's been sitting there for a while, and they have already been on point due to their house being shot up a week prior. This is when Phat G's will go outside and see what's going on and approach the suspects in the car. Now, one important thing we realized during the video is the argument the media told us that transpired was due to G's trying to identify who was in the vehicle. They made it seem at first like, the car just drove past. The next it was an argument that happened, and then they just happened to fire shots. But that wasn't the case. One of the suspects you can hear on the audio stating that they are a fan of his music. This let me know that these guys knew exactly who he was and what they were coming there to do. Not only that, the news stated that G's was unarmed as he was shot and killed, but due to the camera footage, it will show that G's approached the car with his hands in his hoodie, and after he was shot at least 13 times, he would reach for a weapon and point to return fire, but at that point, he couldn't. Now with this new surveillance on social media, it opens a lot of room for questioning. Some feel that this was a targeted hit due to the suspect sitting in the front of the house with the lights cut off and leaving as soon as G's was shot. They also feel that shooting someone 13 times is overkill, and it's clear that they definitely wanted to make sure that he was gone. Some say that G should have never went outside, and judging from the man's voice in the video, he also stated that he told G's not to go outside. However, it seemed like G's was trying to protect his family, and honestly, I personally feel that G should have never approached the car. For one, you never know what people have in their car to get that close to it, and two, him going up to that car gave him more of a disadvantage, whereas I'm sure they seen that he had a weapon on him and knew that they had to strike and strike him quick. Although G's had a weapon on him, he didn't have enough distance or time to properly get it out and return fire due to how close he was to the car. So the suspects had an advantage and the upper hand on him. Now he maintained a certain distance at first, judging from the video, but it's when he got closer to the car, he put himself at a disadvantage. Now we've covered the story of G's untimely demise when it first happened, and although a lot of people say that he didn't have any ops because he was a part of the anti-violence movement in Philly, I told y'all that everyone has a past. G's may have not been a part of the destruction as of recently when it comes to dissing ops and deceased guys. However, it could be a mixture of things. It could be who he's associated with. It could be because you did someone in the past and his ops never got over it and they finally found his whereabouts. It could be due to just jealousy or envy. It could be because a woman dropped his location, who knows? But at the end of the day, being in Philly or anywhere where you have a name, anything can make you a target. You know, hate, jealousy, envy can make you a target. But especially if you was known for whatever you was known for in the past as well. So knowing that, you have to move accordingly. And honestly, I think G's knew the people in that car was up to no good, which is why he even approached the car with a firearm. And this is just a prime example of following your gut instinct. Because in a split second before he could even react, it happened just that fast. But the best thing to do in a situation like that is to stay in the house. Either that or strike first. Or to avoid getting into any legal trouble, call the police. Now you could call it what you want, but if there's guys shooting up houses, it's clear that they don't have a care in the world who they hit. So they could have hit a kid, a grandmother, a mother, a father, anybody. So at that point, to avoid it from happening again and somebody actually losing their life that got nothing to do with nothing, if you feel they were suspect, either strike first or call the police. Now I think he actually surprised them when he came out the house and they had to play it cool until it was the right time for them to strike first. And that's exactly what they did. First they talked to him, try to finesse and sit there and talk and held him until it was the right time. And then that's when it happened. And Phat G's didn't have no time to react. Like I said, I feel he was at a disadvantage, but it's an unfortunate situation. Now, y'all jump in the comments and let me know what y'all think about this, man. How do y'all feel knowing that the surveillance is out now? You get to actually see it for yourself. A lot of people are sitting there saying, oh, the news said he was unarmed. I mean, if you know, you know. It's one of those situations where, the news ain't gonna know everything, man. But it is what it is. Y'all jump in the comments, let me know how y'all feel about this. Rest in peace to Phat G's and condolences to his family. Y'all stay safe out there. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping. And I'm out.